You know, back whenever Kill la Kill first came out, it was pretty great. Everybody was showing off, you know, them getting Mako, Ryuko, whatever the case may be. However, there was one unit in that crossover that everyone could equally agree upon that was just not it, man. And that was Satsuki. I'm gonna be honest, this character has, I was gonna say this girl has seen better days, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think that's happened yet. But she did actually get buffed along with all the other characters, so we gotta show her off. And if you don't know about Satsuki, Satsuki's very simple. She's a breaker. And that's pretty much all there is to her. Her recent buff actually did give her reduced break resist on the art, plus also gave her the art gauge on the skill. And with the true art, I think the only thing that changed was a modifier increase. I could be wrong about this, but I think the modifier got buffed. But if you look at the equipment sets, you could either go 2 routes with her, I think. For the physical slot, you could probably go some type of break item. The ones I recommend are Duke the Legendary, Bakuzan itself, or if you're really about that life, you could go and get True Bakuzan, which I don't think is worth it, like, at all. Unless you are saying that Satsuki is going to be your only breaker, then sure. But if you're trying to just get it as a break item, I don't think it's that great. There's other items that are just better if you're looking for something that just has a lot of break and also brings a lot of value to you. But if you do wind up getting Satsuki's true weapon while it's equipped to her, you will increase her break power by 60% passively as long as this equip is on her. You could go with something like Art Gauge if you wanted to, if you don't want to go break power, which is also an option. I wouldn't go anything that buffs up damage because she's not going to really deal damage. You're going to see in the gameplay. And I wouldn't go anything nuking for her because she definitely can't nuke. As for 5-star defense, is really situational, whatever you need at the time, of course. If you want to use something that gives her a little bit more damage, you could use something like Flame Stola. Flame Stola has a passive effect that gives you physical damage plus 10%. Or if you want to use something that's more of a breaking item, you also could use Lost Arms, which is a defense item that has 3,150 break. But I don't really recommend using this too much just because the range on this thing is very, very short. Satsuki will have to be right up on the boss to hit them with it majority of the time. And 4-star heal, kind of situational, very similar to the defense items. You're looking either mainly for something that gives you good burst healing or something that's gonna just cleanse. So I usually like running Keratos for the most part, since it does give me that cleanse on my team. As for the crest that you will be putting on this girl, break power up is by far the best. After that, if you wind up getting her to luck 120, bless your soul if you do that. The next crest I would recommend is probably like attack up or something just to increase her damage just a little bit. So I guess now is the time to show you what Satsuki can do, and I'm not looking forward to this. Wait, we should show off the animations because I don't think I've ever done it with Satsuki. We got the attack skill right here, really nice, just slashes and everything, and we got the skill, bunch of thrust. Also, she just got the booty out for like no reason. We have her art though, which is, I guess, kind of cool, just a slash and then that. One thing about this art that I always thought was weird, why is there a delay? Like, first it's a delay for her to do the slash because I guess she's like powering it up, and then there's a delay after she slashes for like the burst of hit or like the eruption effect, right? Like, I really don't know why that's a thing because this is actually one of her main breaking tools, since this actually buffs up her break by 250% during an enemy's art. And then her true art, of course, this is what is able to ultimate freeze, as you can see here. It looks really nice. I really like the last effect here where she actually looks away and then like the light comes off and it actually casts a shadow over her, which is really nice. They don't do too much like lighting stuff like this in GS, so it looked really cool. Overall, Satsuki's animations, I would say animation wise, it's a lot better than what her actual unit is. Like, I'd say her animation's about like an 8, maybe 9. I really like her animations. One thing to mention is that if you watch my videos quite regularly, you'll know that I made a guide about team building. And if you want to know how exactly you would use Satsuki in a team build, for the most part, this goes for all breakers, by the way, you're usually putting them in that flex position, meaning that Satsuki is usually the last unit you will put on a team in most situations. And today, we are fighting against an older event, but it's a good event to show off break power, and that is the boy Rag. So if you don't know about this fight is a fight where you have to break the boss in order to deal like any type of damage to him. And let's see how much Satsuki's doing. As you see there, Satsuki dealt hardly nothing. And I don't think that this boss is actually someone that you can ultimate freeze, which kind of sucks in my opinion, but I mean, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Well, here's actually where we could see her true art in action, because he's going to be using his true art right here, which is where you would use your art most of the time to get Satsuki to do the big deep. So Satsuki's going to use her art And this should deal quite a bit of break. As you saw there, that's the break that it dealt, and we can actually go into it again. So it's not like super slow, it's just not as fast as it probably should be. Good news about this is Satsuki actually does have 100% status element resistance with her True Art buff. So this actually allows Satsuki to kind of go crazy against this boss, because this boss actually will inflict blind and everything else, but she doesn't have to worry about that, which is pretty great. We have break resist down again. We're going to pop Bakuzen here to get some more damage to go off. Another thing too about breakers that really sucks about Satsuki's case is the fact that with any breaker, you really want good slots, because one thing that makes a breaker really good is not only just like their break values, but their equipment slots. Like, you kind of need some pretty solid stuff to get the big deeps to come out, or the big deeps in terms of break bar, because if not, then you're gonna be kind of like, ugh, you know what I mean? And as you see here, we're actually really close to breaking very, very soon. I don't want to go too crazy yet. And there is the break. And let's see if we can actually kill. I don't think you can you freeze this guy? I don't think you can, but this Rags has like no damage at all. But as you saw there, you know, that's kind of like the break value. I think we can actually check it in game. I'm pretty sure we can check the break value. Of course, my boy Gray going crazy with the damage. But as you see here, Satsuki with 28,000 break by herself. Now, how good is that in comparison to other breakers? I don't know. Also, look at the damage. Like, Satsuki was using her True Art too, and it does nothing. Like, that is pitiful. Mako did more damage. Remember how I told you guys, though, I wanted to see if she could nuke? So here we go, against the takedown battle. We did have to actually already nuke it once, because this team doesn't do enough damage right out the gate, but it should be fine. As you see there is the break, and here is all the other deeps coming through right now as we speak. And also, Satsuki should be able to inflict ultimate freeze, but like, do you see, like, don't you think the damage should be a little bit high? Like 6.3 mil on a 50k True Art, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, ugh. And the fact is too is that this doesn't kill either. Like, look, this is like her base damage with no like buffs or anything, and I don't know, it just really is just not it, man. I don't know how else to put it. I would expect her to at least hit a little bit harder, but I don't know. I feel like that she's not hitting hard enough. Like, she still dealt like 3.2 million damage, but I don't know. She doesn't really have any damaging passives up, so I guess that's like respectable. But in my head, I was like, well, at least if she can't break the boss, but she can deal damage, it'll be good, because she can kind of like outweigh it in that sense where it's like, oh, I can't break the boss right now, but at least I'm going to be hitting pretty hard. But like I said before, unfortunately, she doesn't have any type of damage buffing in her kit. The only thing that is damage buffing in her entire kit is the ultimate freezing, which, you know, is very hit or miss most of the time. I think that still, even with this buff, she's not as crazy as I would hope for. As a breaker, I think she's solid, but as a damage dealer, just, I don't think she's there. I feel like she's missing something compared to like damage dealers we have now. I think it's hard for her to compete with some of them, which of course, you know, is perfectly fine. She's not a damage dealer, she's a breaker. I understand that, but still, it'd be nice if she could also just deal a little bit of damage. Either way though, fam, that's gonna be the end of this video. Tell me down below what you guys thought of Satsuki. You guys like her? You guys think the buffs are enough? If you use Satsuki a lot before, how do you feel about these buffs? Because like I said, with me, I didn't use Satsuki at all. I haven't used this girl probably since she came back and got buffed the last time, which is like, what, a year and a half ago, 2 years at this point. So all you guys, let me know how you feeling down below. But that's gonna be the end of this video, man. Thank y'all again for coming out. It's been your boy OP. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you check out either one of the videos popping up on your screen right now, especially the Mako showcase if you're brand new, or you're getting back into the game and you want to see the buffed Mako, you could check that video out. Or if you want to see a random GS video, that'll be popping up too. Either way though, fam, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you all again, and last but not least, don't forget to drink water.